this person. I like her. But I think it's like the more people want to dog her, the more I want to defend her. Like, anyway, we're talking about Meghan Markle, y'all. Like, there's no Duchess, the Duchess. We're talking about the Duchess because Miss Meghan Markle not only attended Beyonce's show in LA one night, but she also attended the birthday concert. The first night that she went, well, there was plenty of videos about that over the weekend, and you had so many people just going crazy about the fact that Meghan Markle was just living her best life, dancing her little heart out, along with her mom Doria and her husband Prince Harry. Now,
Who was bored. So the internet say, I'm not starting no beef yet.
the
Okay.
internet were trying to claim he was bored, but very quickly videos came out showing that he was also living his best life. He was also dancing his little heart out. And all those rumors over the past few months of a divorce, yeah, that does not seem like that's happening. They looked very much happy, very much in love, and I'm here for it. Like, I loved it. But as is expected, beyond, what is it, the pond or whatever they call it, there wasn't too many enthusiastic reactions, I would say, to this whole thing.
Yeah.
So we did do, a little bit of research because we want to make sure we got our facts straight here. So they did stir up some controversy because, again, this is just the British media. Like,
For two reasons.
it was two reasons. First one we're going to touch on here, which I think is bonkers. The controversy is that they were having such a good time at Beyonce's Renaissance World Tour the day after Diana's death anniversary. Princess Diana, who died 26 years ago. How dare they party after the death date? That's just...
Why did that remind me of Manifest after the death date?
Oh my gosh, yeah. So Prince Harry and Meghan had critics shaking their head as they were spotted enjoying a night out in Los Angeles on Friday, September 1st, the day after the 26th anniversary of Princess Diana. The couple was joined by the Duchess' mother, Doria Ragland, as they watched the show from a private box overlooking the stadium. Now, videos circulated online showing the mother and daughter duo having a great time as they smiled and waved their arms in the air like they didn't care, and I'm sure they didn't. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's appearance at Beyonce's show comes a day after Princess Diana's anniversary, death anniversary, August 31st, and critics of the couple have since shared their dismay at their actions. Dismay, y'all. To Die For Daily podcast host Kinsey Schofield, who I can't even deal with her, told Christo over a Talk TV that the former Suit star was losing her mind as she was shaking her tail feather at the show. Her tail feather? It's the perfect example of why they did not fit in the royal family. They don't understand the concept of common sense when something's appropriate. Kensley, whatever her name is, said. Schofield admitted that she may be in the wrong to say it is inappropriate for Meghan Markle and Prince Harry to be partying after Princess Diana's death anniversary, but she reiterated she still found it cringe behavior on their part. Okay, so in his memoir, Spare, the Duke of Sussex recalled taking Meghan Markle to visit his mother's grave in Althorpe. He wrote, "No visit to this place was ever easy, but this one, 25th anniversary and Meg's first time. At long last, I was bringing the girl of my dreams home to meet Mom. We hesitated, hugging." That's sweet. "And then I went first. I placed flowers on the grave. Meg gave me a moment, and I spoke to my mother in my head, told her I missed her, and asked her for guidance and clarity." I think that nobody has a right to tell somebody else how to deal with any kind of death in their family. Mind your damn business. Like,
You tell them.
it is, they were pulling at straws trying to like, this Kinsey person also said how inappropriate it was that they were partying um the day it was announced that uh Dodie Lafayette's father had died.
They're not even related.
There's no relation.
None whatsoever.
But they were like, the guy she was talking to on this show was accusing Megan of twerking inappropriately or something like that, and how, basically inappropriate and just ludicrous they were for doing all of this after Princess Diana's death anniversary, and the fact that I think is it Muhammad Al-Fayed? Anyway, Dodi Al-Fayed's father died, and they made that into a thing. Just like Prince Harry had nothing to do with that man. That was
Yeah.
not his blood relative. Like,
Or his stepdaddy. He was just a boyfriend.
right.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore he had nothing to do with that man's father who passed. Like, anyway, what was the second controversial point about Meghan?
Guys. All right. So, the Duchess. That's what I like to call her. The Duchess. People are claiming, well, first of all, the second concert was no Harry there, no Prince Harry there.
Right.
But she was partying with her friends, I guess Kelly Rowland and Kerry Washington. Carrie. Sometimes it just dawns on me. I don't know, guys. Bear with me. It's late, okay? But, people are saying that this second time around, she was doing like business deals. We know, all these Netflix things and, things that he has going on. So I'm gonna read what we researched. So it says Meghan Markle attended her second Beyonce concert in LA for the Renaissance tour. She was living it up with her Hollywood pals without her husband. After fans posted photos of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex at the concert on Friday, some claimed that Harry looked bored and even miserable, which, we mentioned. Markle was seen at the show posing with actress Kerry Washington and Kelly Rowland. And Kelly Rowland, Destiny's Child, blah blah blah. Her latest trip to watch Beyonce in concert may have been more business than pleasure after she was spotted mingling with a boss from Netflix. The Duchess of Sussex was seen sitting next to the streaming giant CEO Ted Sarandos and his wife Nicole Avant. One topic of discussion may have been Prince Harry's Invictus Games documentary, which was branded a flop, having failed to make Netflix top 10 in either Britain or the US. So maybe, oh, I think I'm so tired of trashing the Duchess that I don't even know what to say. I feel like these things are a stretch, guys.
I
Like,
mean,
but if business is to be had, I'm gonna seize the opportunity. This is the nicest thing I'm gonna say about her. Like, if there's like a Netflix CEO, and I need some cheddar because the royal family ain't giving us funds.
right.
I mean, a little conversation here and there is not going to hurt. And Jeff Bezos, now he's all mingling with the Kardashians. That bothers me. I don't know why I just brought that up. But, Amazon Prime kind of thing. I mean, or Prime Video. What is that thing called?
It's Prime Video, yeah.
Prime Video. So, she was probably just throwing out, business ideas to these guys on, whatever they have going on. I don't see nothing wrong with that per se, but the media really hates her. I don't like her and I don't dislike her. I don't know.
mean,
I'm okay.
sure.
I dislike her a little bit, but
I just think it's like hilarious how quick people are to find something wrong. Like, the girl can't just go to a concert and have fun. Like, she went with her husband and they were talking crap. She went alone and they were talking crap. It's like she can
Damaging the
literally, right, she can do no right in some people's eyes. And we've received plenty of feedback from people who are very much pro H&M and people who are very much anti H&M. So it's a weird, subject, I think, because people really are so like divided on it. Um, but I just think it's like at the end of the day, there's still just two people in this world who are trying to live their lives. And like I said before, they can be a little bit annoying, but that doesn't mean that they deserve the kind of hatred that they get. Like for people to really go on national television in England and basically like pretend as though they are the most horrible people for going out after Harry's mother's death anniversary 26 years later is like, that's just preposterous. And the fact that like the royal family has never really protected them also sucks. And a lot of the reason for them not doing that is because of the close relationship that they have with the British media and how they want the British media to continue to cover them in better lighting. Because, I mean, Prince Andrew's still around. And how much hard pressed did he get? Like, there's no way that you can sit here and talk as much crap about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle for being, you can call them selfish, you can call them money hungry, gold digger, whatever. Not one of them is a pedophile. Not one of them has been, hit with a lawsuit for being a pedophile. And yet,
you have to wait 105 years to see these documents. I was like, what? I want to know now.
like,
It's crazy.
and that's why to me it's like I just get annoyed. It's like people keep nitpicking at them, and it feels like it's always in a way to cover whatever the other side is doing. Like how often did we hear of like that rumor that Prince William had been cheating on Kate? You hardly saw anything. And the only reason why it even was like brought to light recently was because the apparent mistress was going to be attending the king's coronation. Like, and even that was kind of
I
brushed.
didn't even know about that. So they're doing a good job.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Anytime that there's any kind of controversy about to be stirred up, something else gets thrown out about, the lesser royals, in particular Prince Harry, like because it's just easier to do that and Meghan than to really like dig into what these other people are doing. And like if you think about it, they really could have utilized Harry and Meghan. Like Prince Harry has been beloved by everybody. I think he probably had the biggest popularity out of all the royals for a long time. And it was just so quick how everybody just turned on him because he decided and dared to marry not just an American, not just a divorcee, but a biracial woman who happened to be half black. Like, hello racism. That's all that is. And so I can't help but just feel like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and support y'all. I'm going to tell y'all are annoying when y'all are being annoying. But I'm going to support y'all. So when people want to come and talk crap, I'm going to go ahead and talk some crap back. Because it's just dumb to me. Like, it's just completely dumb. The girl did absolutely nothing to nobody other than marry herself a prince. And if she was so about the money, she would have never agreed to leave the royal family. Like, why? You're getting money from the freaking people. Why would she literally agree to leave? There was no way that they were ever going to be making more money than had they stayed with the royal family. And living for free. Doing all these things that they would have, wanted to do and getting paid for it without doing extra work. So that still doesn't add up to me. Where is she a gold digger?
Well, I mean, Harry, I don't know how much he's worth these days, because he left and all.
Yeah.
But it's, it's a couple millions. Not a couple, a few millions. Up there, millions. I think she's a gold digger just because there's a lot of thoughts. I don't know if we can go all into it and stuff, but I just don't like everything that's happened since Meghan got with Harry. You know, we've known like all throughout our lives, William and Harry. William was the cuter one growing up. Harry was the rebel, the redhead. You
Yeah.
know, we know some of his history with substance abuse,
Mhm.
um, you know, things that he's done, strip clubs. You know, he was living life. You know, he's always been that. But he's the second. He was the second in line then. So he has, you know,
No, he's always
things
been the
that he
third in line.
huh?
He was always the third one in line until
Oh,
William
third one.
did.
I mean, third one in line.
Yeah.
So he's always had this, you know, I don't have to behave like the others do because
Yeah.
it's not me immediately, you know, going to the throne or whatever. But when she got with him, I just feel like he never acted out against his family like that.
Yeah. Because I don't think that he felt powerful enough to do it. He didn't feel
So that's
secure
why
enough
I
to
think
do it.
that she has had some influence on him, and I don't think it's particularly in a good way or handled in a way that's kind of amicable. Like, why did they have to get so nasty? I mean, obviously, we don't know the truth. There's the his side, their side, and the truth in the middle. But
Yeah.
I just don't like you know some of the things they've said in the Oprah interview kind of thing. Like, you know, we come from a household or like Hispanic households where we keep our laundry in.
Yeah.
Might be good, might be bad. I don't know how it functions in other, you know, races, ethnicities, things like that.
Yeah.
But they were just airing all these things out. He seemed so disgruntled. Like, why did they need to voice all that? Like, why couldn't they just move away, not say anything, and have it just turned into this whole fiasco, and it was like distasteful to me.
I think the reason they stepped forward and they mentioned it in the interview is because of all of the crap that was being said about them in the media, in particular the British media, and the fact that the royal family never did step up for them. Whenever anything has gone on, they've put out statements on behalf of Prince William. They've put out statements on behalf of Kate, but they never really put out any statements on behalf of Harry or Meghan. Like Harry forced them to put out a statement when he first started dating her that it became public and there was all these racial like epithets being thrown out and used in media, and he forced a statement to be put out, and it came from him. You know, it wasn't necessarily that it came from the royal family, but like it came from him. And outside of that, I can't recall any other statement
Mhm.
where they were protected in any kind of way. So yeah, if somebody's been talking crap about me and my family's not defending me, I'm going to go ahead and speak my truth. And I think that they had every right to say what they needed to say. Should they have said it in, you know, such a crazy fashion or Oprah sit down? Who knows? But at the end of the day, it's like you try and try and try and try to get things to be resolved through a different way, and then it doesn't work out. And it's like you're continuing to be slandered. I mean, what do people do here when they're being slandered? They sue somebody and then they go to court and then they talk about it in court. So it's no different. Like, it's no different. And that is why both of them have pursued civil suits against British media because of all of the different things that have been said and done or whatever. At which, you know, at which point has the royal family ever stepped in for them? So yeah, like if somebody's talking crap about me, I'm gonna go ahead and say something. I'm gonna step up for myself, for my family, you know? And I think that like people want to blame Meghan for taking Harry away. But Harry talked about long before meeting her wanting to get away. He would spend a lot of his time in Africa because that's where he felt better. That's where he felt more comfortable. Like he was forced to be this person for so long and he wanted out, but he couldn't find a way out. He didn't have the support system to get out. Then he meets someone who is supporting him. And she still wanted to stay with him in that life until he didn't want to anymore because of the fact that his wife was like having suicidal ideation. Like that would scare anybody, I would think. And given his history the loss that he's gone through, like, yeah, I would assume you'd want to get away from the things, the people, the environment that is causing harm to your family. But I don't think people pay attention to that. I think people pay attention to the salacious details that are being thrown out and all the gossip and everything, and that's what they run with. And it's just easier to do that than to realize that a healthy, mentally stable person will never stay in a toxic relationship. He got out of his toxic relationship, but people don't want to look at it that way. They want to blame her as if she's the toxic one. That man has been in therapy for years, and it wasn't until he met her that he finally became free. His own words. But nobody wants to believe him. Oh, yeah, no, he's lying. He's brainwashed. Like, he can't possibly be a mentally stable, healthy man. Nah, he needs to go back to his royal family, who messed him up royally his whole life. That's great.
What you did there.
I'm just saying.
That was so profound. I don't know if I should kill it or let you take the W here. I think I'm gonna let you take. No, I'll let you take the W here. But I mean, if he's happy, if he loves it, he likes it. I love it. I mean, at this point, I don't like the Duchess.
Yeah.
I don't like the way they're moving necessarily, but they have to make a living, so they have to do all these Netflix deals and things like that because they don't have the royal funds or the security or things like that. I don't, I don't know. I'll let you win this one.
Think about it though. What do y'all want? So y'all want these people to get like regular jobs? Are they not supposed to make a living? Are they supposed to be like poor somewhere? Are they supposed to be begging for money? So it's bad if they try to work because of the way they're trying to work. But then it's bad if they get the money from the people because then they're taking from the people. Like, which one is it? You can't
She's just a gold digger. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know. I just feel like she married into this family. She says she didn't have these preconceived notions how they were going to behave or how they were going to treat her. How do I say
typical
this?
ignorant American, bro.
Let's say that she's a typical ignorant American who didn't know how the royals were going to behave based on the color of her skin. Like, I don't understand that philosophy. Just being,
You're telling me that if the queen said, "Oh, come on over," you're not gonna be like, "Oh, okay," and then just think about what you're gonna wear, how you're gonna look, how your makeup's gonna be, your shoes. Are you gonna be concerned with, "Oh, is she gonna treat me right because I'm a color of my skin?"
that of course has to be the thought in her mind. Of course, besides the attire. I'm like, we know these establishments, we know these firms, they have these thoughts.
Yeah,
They're,
no, definitely.
they're the OG colonizers. Like, for her to think that she was going to be treated like other white people is crazy to me.
But we don't know that she thought that. I don't know where people get that. She
What
never
do you
said
mean?
she thought that.
Huh?
She never said she thought she was gonna be treated like a white person.
No, but she didn't think she was not going to be have all this like negative attention.
That's from the British media. But if you don't live in a country, how do you know how they're gonna treat you? Like, we can't say that because we're kind of outliers. Like, we do our research before we travel anywhere. We know what to expect, or we try to know what to expect when we go places, And
So
we
you're
try
going
to
to
be
tell me
aware.
somebody with like resources like Megan is not going to research or ask, or did she deny this help from the royal family, like with the etiquettes and like things to do? And I think she always wanted to be an individual within the royal family, and that's not possible.
Definitely, I'm sure. Like, you can't be someone who's been like an independent woman her whole life and then want to fall in line. No, I'm sure that was definitely a point of contention. Definitely. But, at the same time, like I said, people are not giving enough credit to the ignorance of most Americans. Like, I'm not trying to bash Americans here. We're American. But again, we're outliers, like you and I, right? Like I said,
Yeah,
we
but as a woman of color, I think you sometimes understand how,
not if you're sheltered.
unfortunately, how behave in certain situations.
Not if you're sheltered, not if you grow up in an area of mostly Caucasian people where you're not necessarily treated as too different or whatnot. Like, that's her upbringing.
Okay, so that's her upbringing. So then she came to the States, and then all of a sudden, Tyler Perry is Archie's goddad. Now she's surrounded by all
Lily
these black
Bed got
people.
that.
Like that doesn't make any sense to me. Like now she's like this hot celebrity or this, Duchess, and she was a D-list actor at best. Like I just don't like the way she's portrayed to. I feel like it's phony. It doesn't feel genuine to me.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people feel that way. A lot of people think that it's all just like some kind of an act. But Tyler Perry went on camera for their Netflix documentary and explained why he did what he did. He saw a black woman because at the end of the day, even though she's biracial, majority of people see her as a black woman. He saw a black woman in need and he wanted to help. I don't think that to misconstrue that as something, entirely different is going to like make a difference as far as like why he did it. He said why he did it. He wanted to help her and him, but obviously mostly her. He wanted
Being a
that came later. He's Lilybeth's godfather, not Archie's.
one of them
Happened,
kids.
that all happened like a year or two later. He lent them their home when they first came to California after being in Canada because paparazzi kept finding them and the royal family had stripped Prince Harry of his security detail. Like, that's not safe. If you're someone like Prince Harry who's had a security detail his whole life and then you no longer have that, how do you protect yourself? You can't have cops
That
protect
was
you.
messed up. Yeah.
So Tyler Perry lent them his home and his security detail. He did everything for their protection. So, they grew into having a close enough friendship. That's why they asked for him to be Lilybeth's godfather. But again, I feel like it's easy, especially because, everything we see online are just clips of things. It's easy to forget the actual full story and just go based off of a clip of what somebody or somebody saying or doing. Just how we've noticed that if we put out clips of whatever we're saying, they're going to take it and run with it instead of watching our whole video to know why we're saying the things we're saying. So that's what keeps happening to them. And nobody looks at the bigger picture because that takes too much time. Who really wants to deal with all that? It's just better to run with like theory than to know the real story. Like, again, can they be annoying? Yes. Have they done everything perfectly? No. Have they had faults in all of this? Of course. Nobody's completely blameless here. But to treat them in such a visceral, hateful way is something I'll never understand. Like something I'll just never like get through my head. It does not make any kind of sense. Especially because they are not like somebody who's here to like take anything away from you. Like why people care so much of them doing things the way they're doing it is like crazy. Like we have no problem with the Kardashian family now, and we know what their whole plan was years and years ago. And even to this day, how they're a PR machine, they're still doing these things and we're still falling for it, whether we know about it or not. We're still falling for it. So how is it okay for this family to do what they do? But then you got this couple who's trying to make a living because everything was taken from them because their family didn't want to protect them. Like, again, toxic.
No, I think everybody knows that the Kardashians are opportunists, but they're just always in our face. Like, like we've said before, we have this love-hate relationship with the Kardashians. They are entertaining and I'm here for the drums. But at the same time, the way they move, it's like, some of their moves. It's like cringeworthy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like how anybody behaves in a certain fashion.
Yeah.
Should the media be so vicious to the Duchess and the Duke? No. Like, can they leave them alone? Yes. But, they need to help me. Like, just, they need to just chill, man. Just chill.
Well, I mean, since the documentary and then the memoir dropped, they kind of tried to take a step back and be low
They have.
key. But
Hmm.
people keep finding ways and reasons to like put them back into the spotlight, you know? Like they were not in Club Renaissance, like on the floor, front row that night they went together. They were at a private, balcony thing,
Box.
private
Yeah.
suite, yeah. But you still have people taking videos of them non fucking stop. Sorry, I cursed. They took so many videos of them. And I like saw online that some comments were like, dang, did you go to see the Beyonce video or to like record them? Because you're not recording the concert here, you know? But that's what you kept seeing everywhere. It's like
Mhm.
videos of them and this and that. And so again, it's like they try to be private and they get found out. Because I can tell you that during the birthday concert, there was plenty of people in those private boxes, but you didn't have videos of them. Like
Mhm.
tons of people, tons of celebs in those private boxes, but nobody was talking about them. Why? Because the opportunists, as you say, were in Club Renaissance, front row, getting their faces and their new booze all up in the cameras, all up in the videos, all up in the pictures. So, this is what I'm trying to tell you. How is it that one night we're paying full attention to this celeb box that's like trying to be private and putting them on blast, but then the other night, no, let's pay attention to everybody that's there in the front row and forget about that box. You know, it's like it's just that's what annoys me. It's just seeing like how easy it is for people to manipulate the whole thing and run with it. But then,
Well, there's a reason why, whatever it is, there's a reason she just rubs people the wrong way. I
yeah,
think that she'll just like forever have this like not stigma, but like this thing about her. Like Chris Brown,
yeah,
people
yeah,
can't get over, I mean, to each their own. People can't get over what he did to Rihanna. Like
right.
he's put out so much music. He's like, he seems to
General.
have like a 180, but Kelly Rowland defended him in one of the award shows
Mhm.
saying, hey, y'all need to chill about Chris Brown.
Yeah,
And that happened like decades ago. I
right.
just think it's like one of those things that you just can't get over.
I
Kind of like
mean,
Kim Kardashian. She's a billionaire, but if you want to be petty, you know what you could bring up. Be like, but
yeah,
she did what she did.
right.
You know. So I think just her and this whole fiasco with the royal family and Prince Harry, and the media is also following Prince Harry to see like what he's doing and all. So the whole fiasco with the royal family and Harry and the kids and being, biracial and black and royal and money and, all these things. I don't think she's ever going to not be villainized.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
don't, I, I
Yeah,
think that's something that she has to live with.
yeah,
And just to end this, I think if they don't want to be found, they won't be found. How come like these other celebrities, like let's say Jay-Z and Beyonce, like they can separate their,
private life.
spotlight and then their private life. Like we don't know what they're doing
Yeah,
unless they really post it. The
yeah.
Kardashians, they want us to know what they're doing all the time. So they're posting it nonstop. Just imagine all the things we didn't know.
Right. Yeah,
I mean, and then there's like, tons of other celebrities that, stay away from the limelight. So if
yeah,
they really wanted to, they would stay away.
yeah. No, you're right. I mean, definitely, you have plenty of celebs that do that. But as I mentioned, that's what they've been trying to do for the last several months.
And failed.
Only because it was the Queen's birthday and she was on tour. Like, I'm sorry, you can't miss a Beyonce concert if you're a fan. And they're fans. At least I know Megan is. But
Um, what do we think about Meghan Markle? Should she be having fun? Should she be partying, shaking her tail feather? Like, or is she a regular human being that's allowed to have fun, or should she, have some protocols and stay at home for the anniversary of her mother-in-law's, passing? What do we think about Harry being absent? He was at an Inter Miami
Match.
match on Sunday, on that Sunday. So, where's the drums there? What do y'all think happened? If you haven't already done so, please subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Please also share our videos. We're trying to grow our community. We want your friends to be our friends so we can all be friends,
Yeah.
in a happy way. We also have social media.
Yeah, so Instagram and TikTok at Hear Me Out DNE Delta Niner Echo. That is where you'll find us. And we share clips, we share different posts of the things that are going on in relation to the videos, a couple of polls as well that definitely want y'all's input on. And I also really am excited that this past week we've had a good number of new subscribers. So hey y'all, welcome to our
Hello.
craziness. We're just full of it most of the time. I just want y'all to know this is just how we do. It's okay. We're fine. It's fine.
Yeah, D is usually the nicer one, the more rational one. E is more of the controversial thoughts. I don't know how she puts up with me, guys, but this is 25 years in the making. She can't get rid of me.
So
It's just crazy,
yeah.
Whatever I say, I don't even know half of the time, but it's all love and light here. I'm not an ageist, racist, uh, anything ist.
Right.
So
Really is.
love
Yeah.
and light, love and light.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Also, one more thing. If you guys want us to talk about anything in particular, leave it in the comments. We're always looking for topics besides, current events to talk about. So we have like a whole bunch of things lined up, and we're really excited to engage with you guys as well. So we'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye.